Welcome, beautiful earthlings, to the Local Acts Only podcast. We are here with Brian Dabreau and John Messick
From Honeywine.
from Honeywine.
Yes.
I was just so focused
Yeah.
on getting his name right.
You got it.
Hey, you
his,
guys-
his name's harder.
Well, I look at his more.
Okay.
That is
That's
true.
For anyone who doesn't know, Brian is actually the one whose logo you're staring at right now.
That's me.
Big
Yes,
shout
indeed.
outs to him. Joe, you want to kick it off or?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, how you guys doing? You guys doing good?
Doing good.
Chilling? All right.
A little sleepy.
I'm living.
little sleepy.
Just off of work. I still have my dish towel in my back pocket.
Nice. All right, so you guys just released a new album, right?
Yes, our first album.
Yes, the first one. How's that response been going? Have you guys been getting good feedback from it? or-
I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters to me.
There's nothing but good things to say about it, really.
Yeah.
I had it on like repeat all day long, just getting ready.
I'm happy
we're
to hear.
talking
I'm going to
about.
send it to critics, and I'm prepared if they talk shit about it.
Yeah.
I got a whole list of rebuttals.
He was reading them to
I was
me
re- yeah, I was reading
yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Like, what are some?
One of them is sorry my cowboy impression is bad. There's just a bunch.
No, I got all the song titles like in my head for some reason. I'm drawing a blank on the actual name of the album. Jack.
And
And
something?
Company.
And
And Company.
Why did I think it was in something?
Yes.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, so Honeywine's new album and Company.
Yeah, I messed up there because I thought it would show Honeywine and Company while you're listening to it. It shows and Company, Honeywine.
And Company would be a cool band name.
It would be, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
We're already too far deep in.
Too far
Yeah.
deep.
So I guess to start things off, I noticed that Instagram very scarce. The first post was from February of this year. So this is a very new band, I'm assuming.
From February last year.
From February of last year.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys waited to pretty much make it public till this year?
I'm
or-
just really bad at social media,
Okay, cool.
to be honest. Like I deleted a bunch of posts that you just see, one page. You don't have to scroll through nothing. It's all very upfront.
Oh, all right, cool. So you guys have been around for a little bit longer than I anticipated. Because I noticed that there was like live show footage on the page as well. So what were you guys doing for like a year before like making a full length album? Out of curiosity.
COVID.
Ah,
But no, I've been working on this thing for 4 years, like doing the writing and the organizing. And then I walk in on Brian and our drummer Nick. They were jamming with another band via Ripa.
nice.
And I said, hey, can I steal you guys? They said, yeah. So then I got a band, and then we recorded, and it's just, working all the time. Then COVID hit. Recording took a long time as well. So
So you mostly main songwriter, kind of, or like come up with the ideas mostly here?
yeah, at the moment, I came to them with all the songs already written.
Oh,
I said,
okay.
figure out some parts, throw it together, record it up.
While we're on the topic of Via Ripa, I just want to say shout out to them because they're the reason that they're the middleman between us, I think.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
think-
true.
I think they like reposted something of mine and then like you hit me up or one of you guys hit me up.
Yeah.
He actually texted me to hit up you about the logo. He said you were looking for a design.
Okay. Where did you see it through Via Ripa's or did you see it through something else?
Yeah, I believe Matt was telling me like, oh yeah, my coworker's doing like a podcast, and I found it on Instagram, and then
Yeah.
I went from there.
Yeah, so shout outs to them.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
One
Matt
of my favorite bands.
actually hit me
Yeah,
up.
they're
They're-
fantastic.
oh my god.
Matt hit me up when I was talking to you about the design that day. He was like, I heard you're making artwork for my coworker. That's dope as hell.
Yeah. I fucking love that kid. He's a great dude. How long were you playing with them?
With Via Ripa, I was only there because Sean Cuddy, the bassist, was in Germany studying abroad.
Okay.
And so I was there filling in so that they could record drums and like have the bass line of the recording set up once Sean got back to do everything else. But we ended up recording the whole record in that basement. I was on 8 of the songs when we started off, and then Sean did his parts over a few of them. I'm on Bath Ave on their first EP.
Personal favorite of mine.
Oh yeah.
So when it comes to Honeywine, and while I was listening to it, I found it very interesting. Everything was very fusiony, kind of, or like that's what I got vibes of, and I also got crazy like 70s vibes. Like I felt like
Of course.
I get like Vietnam era kind of feels from a lot of the songs. It kind of sounds more like you guys sound a lot like a very tame Rolling Stones in a way.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty solid. Does that have anything to do with like inspiration for?
Inspiration wise, I was actually inspired a lot by Paul McCartney's first solo album,
Oh, really?
like the unfinished sound. So I really went for that with recording, and like the garage rock and like the Kinks were a huge influence for me. So that's what I was going for.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you guys have like it's like not only it's kind of folk rocky, but it's also jazzy folk rock, and it's got a little bit of funk sprinkled in there too.
Jazziness is up to this guy.
Ah, the bassist playing
Yeah.
the jazz.
That's
I
me.
love it.
And our drummer, he went to jazz school up in Berkeley.
Really?
Oh wow.
Damn.
Oh, Berkeley, dude. That's heavy. That's heavy stuff.
Yeah, man.
I got lucky with talented people.
He's wild.
Yeah. So you picked up Brian and the drummer, you said, right?
Yeah,
So-
we share Nick with Via Ripa.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, he's the drummer for them.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I remember him. I didn't know that he was.
He's actually in
Yeah.
3 bands, 2 of them with me.
What
He's
drummer?
he's a monster.
What else are you in?
I'm in another band named Little One. Like these 2 chicks, Giovanna and Vanessa. Nick hit me up to be. Nick actually has gotten me all of the gigs that I'm in at the moment. He hit me up about Via Ripa, and then after that, we did. He had me come to a rehearsal with them, and that's where I met them, and I've been in ever since. And then
Damn.
we started with Jon rehearsing and getting everything going for recording in like December of last year, like almost exactly a year ago.
It was January.
Yeah, somewhere.
I was Ubering
within
at the time.
that time frame.
So there's one member we've not spoken of. Who are we missing here?
Oh, we're missing Brian. I've been with him in Hunter's Run, our old band, and our high school band. And he's wicked. He went to audio engineering school. He's just under the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So for obvious reasons,
Yeah.
he skipped out.
For everyone listening, there's 2 Brians in the band.
Two spelled
Do we
with
spell
Y's, both of them.
Ah, come on.
Spelled the same.
Jeez.
I thought I was the only one. I didn't know there were more.
He's in my phone as Brian Bass,
Nice.
even though I could just put his last name.
The
But-
one that plays bass. Nice.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of where the band started. When did you guys individually start music-wise?
I got a guitar when I was like 12 or something for my birthday. Never really learned how to do it. I just figured it out, and now I do what I do.
Yeah. Do you play any other instruments?
I fuck around on like piano a little bit. I play ukulele.
Mm.
I dug up my old mandolin.
Ooh.
Been playing with that for a couple days.
That sounds fun.
How do mandolins like not how do they work, but like how do you play one? Like they're very bizarre. I've held like one a couple of times. I don't know how it's tuned. I don't know like how do you play mandolin?
I forget the tuning, but I'll let you know when I figure it out. I think it's tuned like a violin. I don't know, but it's fun. I could play that one REM song, "Losing My Religion."
Ooh.
That's about it so far.
Neat.
I was curious about that.
Yeah, the neck's
After a
all
sip of water.
skinny and like kind of like tall. It's hurts my hand a little bit,
Yeah.
Well, the strings are doubled up.
and the
on
strings
a
are
mando,
doubled on a
yeah.
tiny fucking little
Is it-
tiny neck.
Yeah.
12 total strings?
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8. Okay. Where did you start, Brian?
I messed around with drums because my dad is a drummer. And I was pretty into that for a while. And then I got a guitar when I was 17. I started messing around with that. My friend told me I sucked at both when I was 21. And he shoved a bass in my hand. And that's where I started playing bass from. That was like 3 years ago. And then I recently picked up a guitar again and started really learning the instrument and doing it and writing with it. And that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years now.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So when it comes to like this band specifically for Honeywine, you guys have stated you've been in bands before as well. But when I was listening to it, I couldn't help but get the feeling like I was listening to something that was fresh. Like I felt like all of you guys were, and I want to word this carefully because it's not like a negative thing, but it sounded like this was the first band you guys were all in, but in a good way. Like it's like I said, it felt kind of fresh. It was like I said, there's also a lot of fusion-esque things that made me think of like this was well thought out, but at the same time there was like a level of confidence that I heard in the music that almost that I don't know, like it felt like, oh man, this, you know how like the whole concept of like blissful ignorance, like of a new musician who's just gonna like do something without having like the prior self-conscious kind of thoughts about like, you know, being an experienced musician.
I'd have to
say
that's do it.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's my fault. I've been playing guitar for so long. I don't even know my scales yet. I just like playing and singing songs with my friends. Half the songs on the album I wrote like 4 years ago.
But you know, I think that's amazing. I think that worked very well in your favor.
It worked, and I'm going to keep it going like that.
Yeah, dude. Keep it. Don't learn anything else. Keep
of course
going.
not.
4
Like I
years
said,
between
stay
each
stagnant.
album.
Yep.
Stay stagnant. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
But and so I guess leading into my next kind of question, most new bands feel very, you know, weary about going straight towards a full length LP. Like for you guys, the, you know, End Company is what, 47 minutes, and
Something like that.
yeah, most bands that are pretty fresh, like Honeywine, tend to lean more towards the shorter length, like EPs and stuff like that. Was there any like conscious decision that you guys know you wanted to make a full length LP rather than an EP, or
Yeah.
what brought you to that decision?
My old band Hunters Run did the same thing, just straight up album. I don't know why. I'm not a fan of dropping EPs. If I have 8 to 10 songs, they're all coming out at one time. That's what singles are for, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Do you feel like that affects the writing process in any way, or?
I can't tell you. It's a secret. No, I'm kidding. I honestly have no idea. Like the writing, I just wrote everything, and like the song lineup has changed so many times. So I'm just a big writer. I write all the time. I have too many songs. If you guys want some, I'll sell them to you.
Oh, yeah.
So I just, you know, get 10 of these out, get the next 10 ready.
Awesome. That's pretty
So-
dope.
Like you write a lot of songs. Do you write any other things or any other sorts of writing, or just songs,
No.
really?
I write poems sometimes, but
Yeah.
those become songs.
Yeah. That's how
Yeah.
it goes. I could definitely relate to that. When do you do most of your writing? Like, are you up late at night, like writing, and like the thoughts start going, and then you
Odd hours
end
of
up
the
at
night.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
with like 10 pages of
Yeah, like up all night drinking some wine, some whiskey, or
Some
I'll be
honey.
at work and I pull out my phone. It's like, write this down, so I remember it. And I never look at it again sometimes, but
yeah.
it's just writing is always in my brain. I'm always thinking, if I hear something catchy, I'm like, how could I steal this and make it mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of like rewriting things, or do a lot of things like you kind of said, a lot of things you don't look at again, but is it a majority like you have to like go like, oh fuck, I really love this, I want to get more into this?
I always have the idea to rewrite. I just never do. It just like the songs are real. I don't know what the words mean. They were just fillers, but nothing else fit. So I just kept it that way. Sometimes I take old songs, like I'm doing a new song. I go through old songs and I just mush them together. You know, the cheat code.
Interesting.
But as much as I wish I did, not much rewriting goes on.
Yeah, that's a problem that I find myself having too.
Yeah.
It's like I'm always like, oh, this is really good, and then I'll like go over it once or twice, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. And then
Yeah.
I just never open that page again, and it's like
Yep.
lost forever.
It goes
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the same place guitar picks go when you drop them. Just
Yeah.
an alternate universe.
they end
They shift out of existence.
When you do pull it out, you forget where you were going with it. You don't even remember how it sounds.
Yeah, you forget the melody.
It's like, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, garbage.
Cool.
I'll save the chords.
He
yeah.
Now, how about the writing process for like the rest of the band? Like when you have an idea and you bring it to everybody, like what's that like? You guys do it all in one room? You know split up and come back a couple days later and.
With these guys, I was like, all right, our first rehearsal, I'm gonna show you some songs. You guys are gonna learn them, and we all just did it right there. They figured out their parts, and it came together beautifully. Couldn't have asked for a better group of people to work with.
So you
That's
write,
all.
So John, you also write like bass and drums and stuff to all the songs for the most part?
Nah,
or-
they did all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
I just
right.
did the backbones.
Right. So when you
Yeah.
say, oh, okay, when you say learn all the parts, you're like, just like this is.
Yeah, like
the,
figure out the
the
part.
chords, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
dynamics of the song. Right.
Yeah, because I can't play drums for my life, and I could play bass, but not nearly as good as this guy.
Oh.
That warms my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just would throw the chords at us. I actually still have the notebook with all the chords that I wrote that day. And he was just like, play something over this. We just jammed it out, and that's how the song's laid.
That's great.
Brian, do you usually wait for the drummer to write drum parts before you do bass, or just out of curiosity? Because I do the same thing.
It depends. Sometimes I can hear the drums in my head and just like whatever variation there is between what I hear in my head and what he has, I just roll with the punches and figure it out. But it's a lot easier when you let them figure it out first, because then you can just roll right through it,
Yeah.
and you know what you're going to be playing over.
Yeah, I had in one of my old bands, like the singer was like, "Why aren't like, you want me to teach you this like new song?" And I'm like, "No, wait, like tell me the key it's in, but other than that, I'm gonna wait." He's like, "Why do you not want to write it?" It's like, because I know if I write something now, it's all going in the trash the second I hear the drums. So like, it's not worth me. It's not worth me doing it right now.
A lot of duplication of efforts.
Yeah.
For sure.
You wanted to? Did you want to say something before? I'm sorry, I felt like you.
No. You're good to go. I mean, I got stuff I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Obviously.
No, yeah, go. I feel like. I've been
So we
playing
talked a
something
little
at
bit
a time up.
outside, not off the topic of Honeywine, but like, let's get to know the members a little bit more. We were talking to you earlier about school. You said you went to school for graphic design, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I went to school for graphic design when I was like 19. Slowly dropped out as I had to start taking math classes and English classes and things. I was just like, I know how to speak English and I can add decently enough. I don't need you to tell me how to do this. So I stopped going to school, stopped doing graphic design, and I just picked it up recently after working enough shitty deli jobs.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Preaching to the choir, dude. Deli jobs.
Yeah.
The
jobs,
smell
really.
of Swiss cheese is a trigger for me.
Oh god.
I made coleslaw once in a restaurant, and I quit that place.
I would have done it too.
I used
Yeah.
to do that shit every day. That makes me
Ugh.
sick to think about. Just my hands, like.
They even gave me gloves, and I'm like, this is not good enough.
No.
Not
My
like,
forearms are gonna be in this
Yeah.
potato salad before.
Like someone's eating my arm sweat today.
get mayo and cheese stuck on your fingers.
No, gotta
Jeez.
get out of that world.
So, John, after high school or whatever, what did you do?
I went to school for a little bit. I dropped out.
Were you doing anything specific?
I was going for music industry,
Oh yeah.
and then I was like,
Air high five.
I'm a
'cause
music major.
I'm
I can't
out
even
too.
afford this place.
Yeah.
So I just dropped out, entered the workforce.
Yeah. So you're working a liquor store now, right?
Yeah, I worked restaurants. I worked a pharmacy for a long
Mm.
time, but now I'm just at a liquor store.
Not
So if you
bad.
need wine, anybody,
yeah, hit them
hit up Honeywine,
Court liquors.
Core Liquors.
or liquors. Nice little plug for them.
Oh, they'll be happy to hear that.
Are they gonna listen?
Probably, maybe the one boss.
Nice. Shout out to that boss if you're listening.
Yeah, that's right. Fink shout outs.
Go think.
Woo!
So as far as like we talked about where you started playing music, was there anything that specifically like you listened to that made you want to create music?
Ah, man, I could have had such a good answer, but I honestly don't recall.
No.
I don't even remember when I started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brian, you got anything?
Something that made me want to play music.
Yeah, like anything that inspired you, or was it just kind of like a gradual getting into it?
There's no like. I mean, I guess I found Marcus King rather late, and after listening to Marcus King, I was just like, I need to make music.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus King, Tedeschi Trucks, all those jam sorts of bands, they're right up my alley.
Like Fish and
Oh, dude, Fish is ridiculous.
Twiddle?
Twiddle? No, I do not know Twiddle.
Twiddle's mad tight.
Yeah, Matt. I actually had the pleasure of meeting the keyboardist from Twiddle. He came into my job. Which we don't
say.
I almost did, but I didn't. Yeah, I met him. He was really
You did
cool.
give a hint.
Did we?
Did we? Well, that's for the
We'll
people
find
to
it
find
and
out.
we'll-
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a keyboard anywhere, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's
He could
true.
just buy and resell. You never know.
Shit.
You can get a keyboard at freaking Best Buy.
Yeah.
So you guys work at Best Buy?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they work at Best Buy.
Brian, out of curiosity, as someone who like bass was shoved onto them, like when you like started playing, was there like the process of falling in love with bass as an instrument per se, and like how did you really like connect yourself to that instrument?
Oh man, I was just good at it. Like as soon as my friend gave it to me, we were just jamming, and there was a drummer there, and I was just falling right in the pocket, sticking where I had to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I fell in love with it right then and there. I mean, the lev has grown obviously as you experiment with it and find more things to do other than just playing the root note and grooving on that. But yeah, the love has definitely grown. I definitely had to work on a lot of the inner workings of the bass. Like, I'm spacing out.
It's that wild turkey.
No, it's not the wild
like
turkey.
what? Like just general grooves and stuff, or
Yeah, learning like what it is other people play and not necessarily just winging it off the top. Like actually learning shit that other people have played in the past, learning bass lines, learning like almost default grooves that people will go to when you're playing a certain type of song.
what type of lines, or like from what bases?
Yeah, like, are there any notable
bases that helped you get there?
Listen to a lot of Paul Chambers.
Oh, okay.
Paul Chambers?
You don't know Paul Chambers?
No.
He
Paul
is
Chambers.
he used to play in the Miles Davis quintet. You don't know Miles Davis?
You know
That,
Miles
the name's
Davis?
all right. If I heard a song, I might know, but
So What? Kind of Blue.
if I heard it, maybe.
How do you not know?
Ready Freeloader. Oh man.
I was about to say Boogie Stop Shuffle, but he doesn't do that one.
We had an episode the other day, and someone, or a few weeks ago, shout out to Sean and Damien. Damien's crazy about Bob Dylan, and I really had.
I
knew
love
who Bob Dylan was, but I'd never listened to him, and now I'm
I've-
like crazy Bob Dylan.
I
fan,
heard
so-
my first
man.
Bob Dylan song the other day, and I stopped listening to it like 40 seconds in.
He's an
Wow.
acquired taste.
He is a bit of an
Yes.
acquired taste. Also, like
Huge
it,
influence for me, Bob Dylan.
it was one of the songs that he just like kind of talks over.
That's like half his.
You know,
Stuff.
Bear,
His
you know that
catalog.
song about Bear Mountain?
Actually, I don't recall.
Yeah, it's a weird song about like people getting invited up to a picnic at Bear Mountain and then they get drowned on a boat.
Sounds
it's a
like
really weird song.
Dude,
Wow.
check out like Ballad of a Thin Man's phenomenal. Pretty much anything after the 60s, it's like less talking. He's great. It's fantastic.
I'll have to give a better listen, but
I got that book about all his songs individually.
Damn.
I'd say Paul Chambers was definitely up there when I really started actually looking at jazz and learning a bit about that, and that's definitely affected me. And then a bunch of funk, Bootsy Collins, Larry Graham,
Nice.
dude, that's just like another world. Victor Wooten's just on a
Goat.
total different planet from everybody else.
He's the goat. He doesn't even exist. He comes up from the umbral plains every now and again to play the bass, and he disappears. dude's
He comes from where the picks go.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the arbiter of all the picks.
he's the bassist, so he steals them all. He doesn't want anyone using
Yeah.
them.
Victor Wooten steals your picks. That's
I mean,
if you
Jaco
take one thing-
Pastorius.
Yes. Jocko.
Like the
Felix,
king of
too.
all bass.
I'm a big
Felix is a
fan.
monster.
Felix Pastorius?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember finding out that he was also bassist and hearing him play. I was like, wow, he's just as good as his dad. That's pretty good.
Found Felix before.
That's
I found
incredible.
him first. Yeah.
My
I don't know these people at all.
you don't know who Jocko Pastorius is?
Nope.
He's the Hendrix of bass. He's our Hendrix.
Yeah.
Who's Jimi Hendrix?
Wait. All right.
I'm gonna have
don't-
to.
I didn't say.
I'm kidding. I know
Don't
Jimi
get mad at
Hendrix.
me, but he's in Jamiroquai or whatever.
Who? Wait,
Never
Jocko?
mind. Never mind. Never
Jamiroquai?
mind.
You thought Jocko was Jamiroquai?
I don't know who's Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai is just another funk band.
Who's the bassist though?
I don't know actually. I've only known Jamiroquai as Jamiroquai. I remember
Okay.
for the longest time I thought
They're
Jamiroquai
Napoleon
was a
Dynamite, right?
single-
Can't Heat.
Say again?
Can't Heat from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how I know them.
No, Jocko was just a solo jazz fusion artist from the 70s, and then he became the bassist for Weather Report. He did session work for Joni Mitchell, and he's just all around the greatest bass player to walk the earth.
Interesting.
Fuck that bouncer that punched him in the face.
I know.
What?
I spoke about this earlier today, actually, with my cousin, and every time I talk about it, it makes me like morbidly depressed. It's actually upsets me to great lengths.
I don't know what he would be doing now.
He'd be
with,
alive today.
Well, I
Or at
mean,
least he'd probably be old. I don't know.
with bass, like I don't even know. He'd be just on another universal plane. He'd be in the fifth dimension of bass.
So he died from getting punched in the face?
He was getting
Like
into an
his head?
argument or an altercation with a bouncer outside a bar. The bouncer pushed him, I believe. I don't believe he punched him, but he pushed him, and Jocko fell over and he split his head on the curb.
Oh.
And that is how the greatest bass player of all time died.
That's why we don't fight people.
That's why I don't go to clubs.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going.
I'm pretty sure he was playing in that bar, and the bouncer wouldn't let him back in.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, moving from that
Yeah.
sad note,
Oh.
just so I don't like break down and cry on this podcast. I want to talk about just the indie scene for a bit. So you guys have been around the indie scene for quite some time, and you have this new band, and it unfortunately just became public, and you guys started getting really active this year, right as the world fell apart. How's that exactly affected you guys as musicians, people, and how have you seen the music scene and the indie scene change from it?
Well, the thing that sucks the most, I haven't even seen our drummer since this whole thing started. We played that one show outdoors at a bar. That's the last time I've seen him, because COVID is scary. I live with someone who's immunocompromised, so I'm really careful with what I do. I have a mask in my back pocket at all times. But so yeah, for me, it's just like not jamming as much really blows. So I've been really doing a lot more acoustic stuff. As far as seeing other people, every other band seems, from what I've seen on social media, they seem to still have, good game going. It's just the lack of live shows really sucks.
Painful.
Because my plan was to promote with live shows. Now I gotta talk about myself.
Well, I mean,
Well, you're doing better than you thought you were at first.
That's
We
true.
thought he was just gonna say his name was John, and then we were gonna end.
Yeah, you get some wild turkey. I mean, I'll say anything.
that's
Well,
yeah. I feel like that's
Give
the
me
careful.
Claritin, I'll suck your dick.
I gotta run to the liquor store. I'll be right back.
I feel like that's the dangers, I guess, of social media in general. During these times, like you said, like from what you can tell from social media, everyone's doing fine. But then, we have some people on the podcast who come and they say that things are going terribly because, comparing your band to any other band or musician on social media, it's not fair because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's like comparing all of your footage to someone else's highlight reel. It's just like not quite.
That's
right.
true. I mean, a lot of
Comparing
our
anything.
social media is
Yeah.
me posting me drinking wine on the Instagram story. That's it. It says like, hey, tell John to get to work. That's it.
That's
Con-
actually the highlight of
content.
my day when I see those stories.
Content is content.
That's exactly.
So, back to the album. The album cover. Who is this mysterious figure on the album?
Oh
cover?
yeah, I wanted to know that too.
All right. So my roommate Dave, we went to college together. He stayed when I left, but I was like, yeah, I just need a pretty girl for my album cover. Someone that I don't really know too well, so it's not like complicated. And he goes, oh, I'm like, oh, what about that Carla chick? He goes, yeah, I'll hit her up. And then just went from there. She came over one day. We did a bunch of pictures. We put honey on her face. God bless her soul. We never used that picture.
Oh God. Oh no.
But yeah, she's
I was the
she's a
one
sweetheart. She's
that
very
put
nice.
honey on her face.
Yeah.
And I was the
Carl.
one
We're trying to
taking
get it in the light.
pictures.
that
but
would,
yeah.
that sounds like it'd be cool.
It was a very cool album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, I mean it looks.
Oh
really
yeah.
cool.
The one little line of honey splitting her face in half.
Yeah, and I needed a picture like that because for the theme, if you want to call it that, for the album.
Oh, would you say that N Company is a concept album? Do you have like a general blanket
It's
theme?
a lazy concept album. It's just, okay, these songs do go together. Let's make it about getting high at a dingy dive bar and trying to get laid. So if you listen to it again,
Yeah.
it's a story.
Yeah. No, I mean
Yeah.
I can like thinking about it because I've been listening to
Yeah,
it all
like
day.
first
Now that
song's
you
like,
say
damn,
that, I'm like,
hot
oh
chicks.
yeah,
Second song, Burlesque Queen's about strippers.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's obvious. So yeah,
Do you have a favorite song on the album?
I think my favorite would be Burlesque Queen. It's the youngest song on the album,
Mm-hmm.
and it just came together so perfectly. It's like, oh, I wrote this song the other day. I still have the video on my phone the first time we're playing it together. It came out perfect.
Awesome. Maybe we could throw that in.
Maybe. We were gonna do that instead of the other song, but Burlesque Queen's kind of hard to do with just two instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fair.
There's a lot going on in that one. Not Burlesque Queen. Teach Me How to Dance. What's that one about?
It's about temptation for infidelity.
Ah.
Mm.
Yes, or at least that's what I tell myself now. At the time, I was drunk. I don't know. I was probably just trying to dance.
I was probably just trying to dance.
But now it's about, ooh, I'm at this bar. There's strippers, but I have someone waiting at home.
Mm.
Fuck it. That's what that's. Not that I do that.
Yeah.
It's the narrator did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
The
see.
character. Of,
So like you were just like, I mean, I don't know. It's just like bending or like making a fiction out of like a general.
Yeah, that's the fun part. If I don't know what to write about, I just pretend I'm someone else.
That's really cool.
I learned that in college.
Because one of the sayings we say it every episode: "Real recognize real." Thing we have on the podcast, and as it's usually generally very frowned upon to pretend to be someone you're not when you write music, because then people can catch on to it and it's not as genuine, and it, at least in my experience, it affects the way the quality of the music comes out. But for you, not only does it work really well, but it sounds genuine. at
Yeah,
least,
well,
so.
Sorry, Kaida, that I'm going to say this, but come on. Who hasn't had a dirty thought about someone else? It's just, the fragility of the human mind.
what do
you want
think I'm
things that you
thinking
shouldn't
about
want.
right now? I'm kidding.
It's you put yourself in someone else's shoes in a way that you see what they see and you feel the way you would feel if you felt how they felt. So it's like I don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio fighting that bear.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually do that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
made it look genuine.
Yeah.
I
Very
didn't see
true.
the movie. Does he fight the bear?
He
Yeah.
I mean,
No spoilers.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bob
Fight
Dylan
is a
does it
weird
all
word.
the time. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily pretending to be someone else, but it is. I'm
It's-
bad at words. I can't.
Yeah.
there's like strings of truth. I mean, or at least relatability, like you said. Who hasn't had a thought like that?
Yeah,
So there's
it's like-
relatability.
And if you say you haven't, you're lying, but that's okay. Because
Yeah.
everybody also lies.
Yeah.
That Mom Jean song.
Mm.
Edward 40 Hands. That's it. That's the one.
So yeah, that's something that like I like admire really, is the ability to like put yourself in someone else's shoes and write from their standpoint. I feel like me, like personally as a writer, I spend so much time in my own head. So like when it comes down to the time to write, it's like I just need to pour everything out that's in my head, and I never like take the time to think to put myself in someone else's shoes and write from what they're thinking. Do you
Yeah, I
think
mean, I
that's
put all
a-
that meaning on after the fact.
Yeah.
I just bleh on the page, and then I'll reorganize it or add another word, and then I'm like, okay, that's what it's about. So when I start to play it again, I'll play it a different way to make it fit that mood.
Do you think that skill and like writing technique helps you in like other aspects of your life, like being more understanding as a person?
Yeah, it helps me with like relationships to like or arguments. Also helps a lot when you work in customer service. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
life skill.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely something to do.
Yeah, or it's like yeah, that guy's being a prick. He went through all this, doesn't make it okay, but that's why he's a prick.
Yeah, like you understand that people are
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
a point for a reason.
It's like I hate you and you only suck because of that. Doesn't mean I don't hate you. I just understand why you're hateable,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes any sense.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that. So with N Company released, did you like get right back to writing? Like you have more material that you're. I know you said you have like backlogs of like, songs and stuff. But
Yeah, I got some backlogs. And then I also got a bunch of half-written shit that I'm trying to finish. I have a notepad of the working titles to get back to it. I send the guys demos every once in a while. Just keep it fresh just because it's hard to rehearse during a pandemic.
Yeah, yeah. Are you currently in the process of like wanting to get another album together for release, or you like?
Oh, yeah, always.
Oh,
I mean, if this whole thing didn't happen, we'd probably be halfway done with the next one. Right now, one of my neighbors, his name's Jay. Shout outs to Jay. He also writes and produces music. So I'm working with him right now. We're working on a bossa nova thing.
So just you two, or him and
Just
the
us two
rest
at the
of the
moment.
band?
Probably
Okay.
gonna ask Brian to fill in on bass. We're just doing an acoustic demo at the moment to send to like mixers and producers and stuff.
are you working on any other projects? Like, do you do like just solo stuff at all for yourself at all? or
Well, Honeywine started as a solo, so
Yeah.
any solo stuff I just still pump into
yeah,
that folder.
fair.
Now, you said your neighbor's name was Jay. Was he on Burlesque Queen?
Yes, he actually is
was.
on Burlesque Queen. I keep
Yes.
forgetting that.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing that, and I was, it was like I don't even know what you would call that part in the song, but I thought it was really cool. But
Yeah, in our old band, he did a similar kind of thing for a song, so I'm like, I gotta have him do it again.
yeah, it was very unexpected but awesome. It was like an R&B kind of style.
Yeah, he's very influenced by like D'Angelo and
Oh.
Maxwell and artists like that. As he got me into those guys, so that's why we're working together now.
All right, man.
So on the topic of like other music and influential things, what have you been really listening? What you guys been really listening to a lot lately, or what do you take a lot of inspiration from recently?
You go first, Brian. I gotta think.
What have I been listening to? Quite a lot. I mean, I mentioned Marcus King before. I'm pretty sure I listen to at least one Marcus King album all the way through every day. That is a daily occurrence. I listen to a lot of the Tedeschi Trucks. Derek Trucks is probably my favorite guitarist that ever was. I've been listening to a lot of like random obscure bands that I don't normally listen to, that Spotify just throws at me, like the Hound Dogs I've been listening to for a while. I don't know if you ever heard of the Hound Dogs. The Brook and the Bluff, they're pretty cool. They're like
Those are cool names. I like these.
I don't know, it is a pretty sweet name. I wish I thought of it. Matt Anderson is like a blues kind of country sort of thing. Who were some more?
I'm a total slut for John Mayer.
Oh,
I
John
was
Mayer.
listening to
John
John
Mayer.
Mayer when I was cooking dinner tonight.
Oh man,
I'll listen to John Mayer till the day I die.
Yeah. I don't understand how people hate on John Mayer.
I don't hate on John Mayer. I'm just not a fan. I don't listen to him. I'm not like a fan.
you haven't heard "Helpless" by John Mayer.
You're correct. I have not.
It's a great one.
Any album by John Mayer. Just
Any album
listen
by
to
John
the whole
Mayer.
thing, and then it's like you'll get.
Like I didn't like the poppy stuff at first, but after listening to more of him, I go back to poppy stuff. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
This is really
Like,
good.
Oh, this is the shit. Okay.
Yeah.
New
Bopping my
Light-
head to "Body Is a Wonderland." I'm like, yes, it is.
In the shower, like
Yeah.
washing my body. Like,
Humming it,
Body
yeah.
is a wonderland.
New Light is one of my favorites.
We covered New Light.
We did cover
We
New
covered
Light
New Light.
at our last show that we played.
Rip shows.
So, say rip shows.
Rip shows.
So we talked a lot about John. You're like, songwriting and everything. Brian, you mentioned before that like recently you picked up the guitar again and like started writing some stuff. Do you have solo writing like solo work that you're working on or want to release? Or
Dabreau
I
Music,
do,
right?
actually.
Is that the Instagram account? Dabreau
Hmm?
Music, Brian Dabreau Music.
Brian Dabreau Music.
Brian
That was my
Dabreau.
Instagram account.
I got the intro right.
I knew you were gonna do it.
Just
Everyone
edit the
does it.
intro into right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
It's
we
a
go.
it's a weird name to say, mainly because of how it's spelled.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it would sound like Dabreau. Those weird French people making weird words.
It's like, but when you say it, it's something that you remember. You know, it's like Dabreau, like you're Dabreau. You know.
Yeah, people would
But
say
I
that
still
all
fucked
throughout
it up.
high school.
Yeah, if he wasn't so chill, I would never remember it. But he is, so it's like he's Brian Dabreau.
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 If I was an asshole, you'd just think, oh, that fucking Brian guy.
Brian the Dick.
Dabreau. Dude, there's like, if the notebook still it still exists. In high school, some kid had like an entire composition notebook of variations of Dabreau, and it was all like DeBick, DeDick, DeBogue, like just DeBlunt, just stupid names, like a whole
DeSis.
notebook.
Jeez.
Like I think at least 20 people wrote names in there.
Oh. So anyway, your solo work or
Yes.
things you're writing yourself.
Yeah.
I actually do have an EP being written at the moment. Well, it's not being written, it is written. I am waiting to get into the studio with the person that I want to work with. Actually, Via Ripa is actually working with him right now, and I'm waiting for him to be free so I could get in there. But once we do that, I'll also be using our drummer, Nick Marinelli. We'll be getting in there and doing it pretty soon, hopefully before January 31st.
If you need an organ, let me know. Apparently, I'm good at that.
You gonna donate an organ for the music?
No, I'll play it.
I didn't know
Oh.
you had an organ. Or
I
played
don't.
an
I
organ.
used a keyboard plugged into Brian's computer.
An organ.
Yeah, no. I thought he was just gonna be like, oh, you guys need a liver real quick.
I used to have an electric organ, but that shit's gone.
Like what's the piano that Wiz has upstairs? That Eric has upstairs.
Oh, the Wurlitzer.
The Wurlitzer.
Wurlitzer.
Is that technically electric organ, or is that just a?
No, it's just a vintage electric piano, I think.
Oh.
Eric, if you're listening, come yell at us.
Oh my god!
What do you say?
He just yelled at us from outside.
I think it was a yes. I don't know.
Electric piano.
Electric piano. There you go. Thanks, Wiz. Thank you. Oh my god.
So, where could we find your release music?
My music. I have no released music at the moment.
Oh,
This will be my first project that I am releasing.
cool. And how's that going so far? Is it like an album or an EP, or you don't want to?
It's an EP. There's 5 tunes. 5 pretty good tunes that I put together over the past since January.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, do you have like a estimated release date for these, or at least like a goal date, I should say?
I wanted to have it out by the end of this year, but certain things, such as COVID, have ruined that idea.
COVID and the divorce really messed me up.
Yeah. Yeah, the drinking problem. Oh, man, it's just all on my back. All on my shoulders
Relapsed
now.
on crack cocaine. That makes me very unproductive.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for that to be available. And then hopefully, once that happens, I'm just going to try and streamline getting that thing out there. And then writing a blues rock album.
Ooh, nice. So everyone listening, be on the lookout.
Yeah.
That
So,
sounds exciting.
If you were to classify it, you would say blues rockers. The blues rock is next.
The blues rock would be next. That's
So
this
what would
first
you
one.
classify this project as, or is that a secret?
I think I want to leave it a secret,
Leave
but
it a
mainly
secret.
because I have no fucking idea what to call it.
Alright.
Apparently, you gotta listen, people.
You guys mentioned before that other Brian he went to like he's went to school for like musical
Audio
production-
engineering.
Audio engineering.
Yes.
Right. So, is the other Brian the mixer? Did he mix and master and company?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
But now he just likes doing podcasts and stuff like that. Shout outs. But yeah, he's
Shout
like,
outs
yeah,
to
I love playing in the
podcasts.
band. I just don't want to, mix and produce music anymore. So we're looking for other people. I have a guy in mind.
There's a guy outside.
There's a
this
guy
room.
outside too. That's true.
yeah.
His nickname is the Wizard.
Might have to hit him up.
Probably writing down his
I
contact.
don't know. You
info
call him the
right
wizard.
now.
Doesn't sound like I can afford him. But
A piece of paper is gonna
He's gonna
come
slide
sliding
under
under
the
the
door.
door. His contact information.
Call me.
Call me, maybe.
I mean, I know where to find him.
Oh, don't reference Carly Rae Jepsen.
I love that
You're the one
song.
that said her
Oh,
name.
I love pop music.
Pop music is great.
I love pop music.
You don't like pop music, Brian? Or just
I
not Carly Rae Jepsen.
I don't detest it, but I wouldn't say that I would voluntarily listen to it in the company of myself.
So in
Fair.
circling back to recent music that we've been listening to, on the vein of pop as well, Dua Lipa.
That new album,
Dude,
oh my god!
I listened to it on repeat, like
I listened to it while doing deliveries
for
and-
hours and hours. Are you familiar with Dua Lipa?
I know that one song with the groovy bass line, and that's about it.
That's all of them. Though.
That's all of them.
That's all
I
of
was about to
them.
say. Is
You're
that,
gonna like this album.
Yeah.
isn't that who you've been playing in the store for the past week?
Yep. I've literally it on repeat for like 8-hour shifts. Like just
Oh, that's
can't get
that's
sick of it.
It sounds rad
What's
from
this-
what I've heard.
Yeah.
What's the song? Don't stop.
don't stop now.
Yeah, don't stop now. That's that one.
But
That I
check
know.
out Physical and Levitating, and the whole new album.
I shall.
You'll love it. It's incredible.
I'll put it on the way home.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about pop music in general? Because a lot of people nowadays, I feel like, say that pop music is a genre of music. When I've always thought pop music, like pop is more of an attitude rather than a genre itself. Because throughout the course of music history, different genres of music have been the pop music. Like they've been popular, like the most popular genres of music at the time. So like, what is it about current pop music that seems different to you? Just because like I notice most pop music now is just R&B, like contemporary R&B. But
I think there's a lot of like electronic fusion into a lot of it too.
Yeah, and
Also
also
true.
music's always evolving in general. So you know you got these modern techniques, but people with old influences, you put them together, you get Dua Lipa's new album.
Yeah, literally.
Pretty much, you know, like because like '90s pop is now called like alternative,
I get
or it's
not-
actually it's in its own categories now.
Yeah, I feel like as we go forward, music genres are gonna get just will always be getting more
Just-
confusing.
Yeah,
Just the subsections of rock alone. There's an endless world of them.
Oh yeah. When I was
Maybe
uploading, they were
turn
like,
it
"What's the subgenre of rock?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't fucking know. I just put lo-fi."
Really?
Yeah, try to
Oh.
break that Spotify algorithm. You know.
Yeah.
I hate when people make up like just make they just make shit up when it comes to sub rock. Like
Yeah.
like,
Or
just
like-
grab a random word like this is sludge rock. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like,
What the fuck is sludge rock?
like, I don't know, dude.
Someone actually walked up to me and non-ironically said that someone in my town has a new grunge thrasher headbang album out,
Oh, yeah,
and they like
choose
said
two
that
words. Just
as-
two words.
Yeah, no,
You don't
like,
need
that
three.
was like, that was the exact phrase that they said to me.
Oh man.
I like how they use the adjective headbanger.
Yeah, like
album.
yeah. Why is that in the name of the genre?
So like
Why?
metal, hard rock, heavy metal. What?
What is it?
I can bang my head to pop music
Dubstep.
too.
I mean, I bang my head to dubstep.
It's super vague.
True that.
The name of the genre was just super vague.
Also, like shit like stoner rock. Like I don't know how I feel about that. It's just kind of like heavier
Isn't
grunge
that
rock.
just a jam band?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like, how
that's
you
what I
gonna-
thought.
How you gonna categorize a genre of music based on like your assumption of the demographic that
the
listens to
people
it?
that are playing it.
Yeah. I don't even want to think about that. What did you just do?
Nothing.
Positive.
Nothing.
Cool.
Did you break it?
I broke it.
I won't tell Eric. Don't worry.
He can hear.
Zach, do you have anything? Anything else you wanted to talk about?
So I mean, while we're talking about genres, what genres are you mainly? We talked a little bit about who you're listening to, but are there main genres that you listen to?
I've been listening to a lot of like I guess like funk, groovy shit. That's
Like
the
a-
genre. Groovy.
Favorite
Yeah,
funk?
What funk have you been listening to?
Yeah.
Well, it's like newer funk. Like
Oh,
what's the
really?
guy's name?
You've been doing like pigeons playing ping pong, and like
What the fuck
That's
is that?
jam.
I guess
You've
funk's the
never
wrong
heard
word.
Pigeons Playing
I guess
I
funk's the
thought
wrong
I'd
word.
think of them as jam.
Oh, okay.
more than-
they're
like
funky. jam
Sex on
pop.
Toast.
Oh, I
Sex
love
on
them.
Dude, they're
so
great.
good.
Like
That's a
like
fucking
neo
name.
funk soul. Yeah,
Sex on Toast. That's a fantastic
What about,
band name.
like Lettuce.
Lettuce. Actually, yeah, Lettuce is great.
Lettuce is banging.
One of my favorite
Tropidelic.
bands.
Mayor Hawthorne.
Haven't
Never
heard
heard
of
him.
Tropidelic.
Never. What did you say?
Mayor Hawthorne.
I don't know them.
He's got a lot of like Motown influences.
Sounds really fun.
He's really good.
Well, Tropidelic, and then there was
He's also handsome.
Spafford. You know Spafford?
No,
They're
I don't know a lot of things.
dude.
I'm very uneducated.
Look up Spafford. Well, they're crazy.
Spafford.
And there is the song "Electric Taco Stand" as one of the most psychotic bass riffs I've heard in a funk song. It's pretty like it's not like it's not that it's like super complicated, but it's just like hectic and fast, and it's like really nuanced and like crazy to listen to. It's rad though.
That sounds wild.
Also, Infectious Grooves, which is the funk metal band that Robert Trujillo was the bassist for before he became the bassist for Metallica. They're pretty cool.
That sounds insane. I'm gonna have to go listen to them for sure.
Anything on an acid jazz playlist?
Acid
A
jazz.
lot of
jazz,
funky
dude.
bass lines there, man.
Yeah.
Acid jazz.
Acid jazz.
I know what I'm doing later.
It's like hip hop jazz fusion, man. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
Damn.
It's really good. I don't know any songs because I just put it on a playlist,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but I love it.
You'll find the best bassists lying in acid, or at least nowadays in acid jazz and ska. Those are the two genres you'll find like the gnarliest bassists.
Don't forget shout music, like gospel music.
Mm.
Gospel
Yeah?
bassists are
You say so?
ridiculous.
I would have
Yeah.
never thought.
Dude,
I wouldn't know.
Like
Yeah.
what? Like who?
Andrew Goucher, he's insane. Sheree Reed, who plays for Corey Henry. You ever heard of Corey Henry and the Funk Apostles?
No.
Corey Henry played keys for Snarky Puppy.
Snarky. How do I know that name?
Lingus, like one of the craziest keys solos that's ever happened.
Yes. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that he was.
Yeah,
It was-
gospel bassists are insane.
Oh man, I
Like
never would have
just
thought.
straight 16.
I thought God hated the bass.
Straight sick, really. That Matt Jocko shit again.
Dude, I'll show you some Andrew Goucher after this.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's what she said.
Snarky Puppy. One of my old friends. Shout outs to Troncat. He used to always talk about Snarky Puppy, and
It's
I
a
started
Tyler
listening.
song.
What?
All these
Cat,
bands
it's a
sound
Tyler
like
song.
weed strains.
All those bands sound like what?
All these bands sound like strains of weed. I
Oh,
got some
Snarky
snarky puppy.
Yeah.
If you want to try that
Little
shit out.
Snarky Puppy.
That sounds like
You
a
want some sex on
fantastic
toast?
strain.
I got some
strain of
shout
weed.
music if you want to check that out.
What about Wolfpack? You guys listen to Wolfpack?
I don't like
Joe
Wolfpack.
Dart.
Yeah.
Joey Dart is my
Joe
dad.
Dart.
I love Joe Dart so much.
I'm the only guy that does not like Wolfpack.
What?
Dude.
I don't know why. I know it sounds great. They're great musicians. I just really don't like them.
Yeah, you
I like
better
Corey
hope
Wong's solo
Eric's-
stuff, but
yeah,
other than
you
that, I don't
better
like
hope-
Wolfpack.
Corey
better hope
Wong-
Eric's not listening because he'll break down the door.
Sorry,
bad.
Eric.
Eric Volpek is fucking dope.
Yes. Corey Wong, he uses a couple of different bassists. I know once in a while he'll have like Joe Dart do bass for his solo stuff, but he gets like a ton of different people. I don't remember the name of the session bassist. He's incredible, who did the bass line for "That's Not My Passport Photo," but that dude slaps. He's really good. It's just nasty.
The Fearless Flyers as well. That's basically.
Dude, I love
Who's it?
I
Nate
love
Smith?
that. Nate Smith's the drummer.
Yeah.
Joe Dart's in there. Corey Wong. I don't know if Theo plays in there. They have Chris Style playing mandolin for like a couple songs on one of their albums. But the Fearless Flyers are phenomenal. I love everything that they've done.
Yeah, both bands are absolutely phenomenal.
I love that the songs just transfer over between bands.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's great. It's like you could listen to them all in one thing, and it's like kind of the same thing but very different. Almost.
Just a different approach to it.
Yeah.
What about indie bands or local bands? You
Yeah.
guys listen to a lot of local bands or indie bands?
Sorry, but not really.
Mm.
Just because, I don't know. I just don't have really a lot of exposure. Like, I have fun at shows and shit. Like, Via Ripa, I listen to a lot. I love those guys. But I'm really bad. I'm a bad man. I don't support
I don't-
my own kind for some reason. I'm trying to work on it, but
Watch the podcast, Instagram, and
Yes, I was actually watching an episode last night. I forgot
yeah?
the people on it, but I was like, you know what?
Which
I got to
one?
really
Do you
start
know?
supporting people. I think it was episode 3.
Oh,
It was the
yeah.
shortest one. I was getting ready for bed.
That's that was
George
Joe
and Darius.
Oh, George and Darius.
And
Well,
yeah.
Joe and Sierra is shorter. That one was
Yeah.
like 150, I think.
I don't know, but yeah.
Also,
I'm working on it.
I'm sickly obsessed with Via Ripa.
Yeah, they're
Bad.
fucking good.
Bath Ave. That's the.
I miss
that's the
being in a band
song.
with Matt.
It's a song too. That's the song. The guitar riff on that is like, no offense to you, on the bass. The bass sounds nice, but the guitar in that song.
The guitar is
like-
ridiculous. Both Mike.
Oh my
and
god! And if
Matt
you've ever
are
met Mystery
insane.
Mike,
Mystery.
you would like meet him and be like, this guy probably doesn't like play any instruments, and then he wails. Like, it's a magical
Like,
man.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't even own a guitar.
He doesn't. No, he does now. I think he got it fixed.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, Mike needs to use an amp. I'm like, oh, he doesn't have an amp. It's like he doesn't even have a guitar. It's like, then how does he know how to do all this shit? It's crazy,
He
man.
just
You could never tell by listening to Via Ripa that he doesn't even have a guitar. Not to throw his business out,
I
but,
wouldn't have.
you know,
Wouldn't have known that. at
I
all.
gave him socks once.
Well, if you guys are looking for like, you know, good indie music, local music, check
Yes,
out the
give me a
Apple,
list or the app. yeah.
Apple Music and Spotify playlists.
Local X only
They're
playlist.
in
Oh, you have a playlist?
Yeah, they're in
Let
the
me
link
save
tree.
that shit right now. Okay.
Are you on Apple Music?
I'm on Spotify.
Yeah,
Spotify, you
got
got to listen to Joe's then.
Word.
Apple, Brian?
Spotify.
Oh, you guys are not.
Come on,
listening.
does Apple tell you your top songs of
Fuck Apple
2020?
Music.
Yo.
Yeah, I actually recently got Spotify just so I could listen to people's playlists. 'Cause, shout out to Jamie Lawler. He sent me this. I've recently discovered Primus. Had never listened
How'd
to
you
Primus.
just
I know.
discover
I said the
Primus?
same thing.
I was hanging out like a couple weeks, probably a month at this point, over at his place. He's my neighbor, or his girlfriend's my neighbor. And
What's the name of that playlist, real quick? Sorry.
This is local X only.
Just local accent.
favorite.
Spaces or
It's-
no?
it's in the Instagram link tree if you can't find it.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at this stuff, man. I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
still have an iPhone 6.
Yeah, we could send it to you after too. It's no big deal.
I found it.
But yeah, he sent me this Prime. It's called Prime Pepper, and it's like a Primus song and then a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, like back and forth versus each other.
Why?
I'll send it to you guys. I don't know, but it fucking works. It works. It's great.
Just two entirely different things.
No, you know what I think it is.
You got it. It's just Flea.
I think a high schooler who's been playing bass for 6 months made that. It sounds like.
Damn.
Because of Flea and Claypool.
Dude, Claypool is one of the most crazy people ever.
He is gnarly. No offense to whoever made that playlist. I'm just joking around. But the
Jamie, he's not joking. You gotta fight this kid or something.
whoever made that playlist, come on the podcast and defend
Jamie.
yourself. Oh, Jamie.
Jamie Lawler.
Come defend yourself on
Judo
the podcast.
chop.
Damn, you're gonna
Sometimes
shout his
Spaz
name out
play.
like that? You're asking for a fight.
Yeah.
Is someone pulling up?
I could call him. I'll tell him you want to fight.
Oh yeah, no, Primus is they're great. I don't listen to them as much as I used to because like they're not the type of band that I just like throw on or like want to listen to anymore. But all three of them are stellar musicians, and you gotta respect. I respect Primus as individuals of crazy levels of talent because they're all ridiculous level musicians, and like Claypool being able to play the things he plays while singing and then running back and forth on stage
his
is nuts.
stage presence is fucking.
I saw them live.
insane.
They
really.
were at the summer stage Stone Pony.
Yeah, they play Stone Pony a lot.
They
Yeah.
do.
Or they used to.
And I actually, they was the only show where I actually thought I was gonna die in the crowd because like everyone was
Fucking
violently drunk, and then when he brought out the upright bass and started playing Mr. Kringle, there was no safe zones. Like the entire crowd turned to a tsunami, and I thought I was gonna die.
Damn.
I don't know how that happened.
Brian,
R.I.P.
any local music that you listen to?
I am just as terrible as John only because I, one, don't have a car, and two, have just entered the music scene. Like, the first band I've ever been in was last summer.
Okay.
No,
And that
a
was
lot of
like-
people think we're like, or in my old bands, they thought we were like dicks and stuff. It's like, sorry, man, we work full time.
Yeah, it's hard.
Tough, you know.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard for me to like listen to stuff, and it's
Well, now it's your
my
job.
job.
Yeah, now it's your job.
literally. I'm like, I want to listen to everyone's shit all the time, and it's like, just can't happen. It's unfortunate.
and it's not a
but it
perfect
gives
world.
me-
We can't all hold hands all the time.
Yeah,
You know.
for sure. Um,
I'm
you don't have anything?
pretty.
All right.
I hit a ton of the points that
Yeah.
I wanted to hit.
So let's get away from music a little bit. We've talked about how the quarantine has affected you guys musically. We haven't talked about like outside of music at all. I think it helps to get to know people a little bit. If you get to know someone, you enjoy their music a little more. How has the quarantine, we haven't talked about this in a while, affected you guys outside of music?
I'm
Has that been
bored,
tough
man.
on you? Bored?
I'm bored. I'm surprised I don't drink well, I drink a hefty amount, but I'm surprised I'm not like a full-blown alcoholic just because I'm bored all the time.
Yeah.
I got tortoises. I bought tortoises.
Bought tortoises?
Oh, wait, no, that's illegal in New Jersey. I came across tortoises. And now, like, that's my main thing. I just hang out with them.
Shit. How big?
They're tiny. They're going to be
Oh,
tiny
yeah?
for a while.
Damn.
Yeah, I got them when they were babies.
How long do they live?
They'll probably outlive me.
Shit.
They're going to be my kids' problems.
Damn. That's gnarly.
Yeah, 50 years. These ones, they're Redfoot.
Shit. That's a time investment.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty fucking
Quarantine ideas. Hey,
Quarantine
tortoises.
ideas, yeah. Tortoises.
They're not hard. You're allowed to forget to feed them for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Not that I
really?
feed them, but
Yeah.
like for some reason I forget they could live a long time.
Jeez. Interesting.
They don't burn a lot of energy.
Yeah, no, they're pretty fucking slow.
One of mine is, I think he's a little mentally ill, to be
Oh,
honest.
jeez.
Like he likes getting his head pet, and when they're that small, they're not supposed to like that.
Oh, really?
They're supposed to think we're still trying to eat them.
Oh, God.
One of them like hisses every time I go near it, but the other one's just like, yeah, pet me,
I mean,
hand
that's
feed me
cool.
lettuce. I'm like, all right.
All right. Cool. Brian?
I would like to second that I'm just very bored. I spent 3 years sitting in my bedroom playing music to try and get to a point of being in a bunch of bands, and now I'm in a bunch of bands and I'm back at sitting in my bedroom playing a bunch of music.
Yeah.
You can't have everything.
Can't have everything.
I mean, that is very true. But yeah, I'm just really just practicing and doing schoolwork and working and waiting for the day that I can throw all of that to the side again and just start playing every day with my bands.
Schoolwork?
Yeah, I started doing a graphic design certificate.
Ah.
That was like the whole catalyst for me doing designs again and drawing for Via Ripa and for Honeywine and a bunch of different stuff.
Hell yeah. What started you into graphic design?
I always hated the idea of a super boring job, so I thought I had to work in an office. I might as well work in an office doing stuff that's cool. And then, yeah, I just never wanted to wear a suit and tie. And I was told that you could just wear flannels at work as a graphic designer or work from home and wear whatever you want.
Damn,
So,
that was gonna be our thing. We were gonna wear suit and ties,
fuck wearing
like
suit
the
and
Beatles.
ties.
That would have been neat.
I will never.
Burgundy ties,
I
yellow
won't,
suits.
I won't do it. I won't do
That's
it.
fine. I scrapped that idea.
I'll be the only
It was
person.
a bad idea.
No, I mean it would be characteristic of the bassist to not do what you guys say. So I'll just be in the back,
Yeah.
hiding behind the kick drum.
I mean,
No
I've
one will
also
see
taken
what
my
I'm
shirt
wearing.
off at shows, so
Yeah.
it's like take off the tie, unbutton, everything.
Exactly, that's a really long process. Like that's like 3 minutes
Yeah.
between the last.
And I'm a sweaty guy, so that was a terrible. Good thing we never did that.
That's a lie. Well, no, we didn't wear.
We did it
suits.
for
We
a
did
photo
take our
shoot.
shirts off.
We did take our shirts off.
Yeah, before you even mentioned taking your shirts off, talking about what you were talking about, it reminded me of the last Via Ripa show, and first one that I got to see, where everyone was taking their shirts off, and we were all screaming at Matt. We're like, "Do it, Matt!"
Yeah, and he wouldn't do it.
Matt was like, "No." He
You
was
were
like,
at
"No."
that show,
Yeah, I was there
dude.
at the.
That was
singing.
a
I
fun
can't believe
time.
I didn't meet you at that show.
Yeah, I mean, we probably crossed paths.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the same little fucking
Small
closet.
little building. Dude, I'm so sad that place broke down. Yeah, I mean, I
Are
guess
they done? Are they?
I'm pretty sure they're done. I'm
I
pretty
thought
sure
there was like a fundraiser and everything. Did
someone
not
bought
go
the
well?
building. I thought.
Hey, I think they
Yeah.
sold it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
I mean, hopefully, I've heard from a birdie that a bar that I've played at my whole entire like music life, the Brighton Bar, they are struggling. So if anyone can help in any way, they do like dinners now. It's just much appreciated. I would hate to see that place suffer a similar fate.
Where is that?
Dude,
Asbury?
is West
Long Branch.
Long Branch.
The
Yeah,
first
West
show
End,
the first show I ever went to was at Brighton Bar, and I'm pretty sure the first show I ever played was at Brighton Bar.
They've always treated us
It was
so
either
well.
Brighton Bar or Asbury or the AP Brewery. I think was one of the.
We got to save these New Jersey places.
We
Yeah,
do,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah, save local music, man. I think Britain's doing something like government. I don't know. I don't follow anything.
No.
I just see a lot of hashtag this, and I look it up. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. As sort of
Oh,
like
that's good.
us trying to talk about the indie scene, there's a huge indie scene of musicians that live here in Jersey, and all these venues are very important to us. So it'd be great to go support them and not have them shut down. So I want to go check out how to, help Brighton Bar and any other places.
Yeah, like they're doing
in town.
food. Other places do other things. Everyone's doing something.
Yeah.
It's just not their forte, so it's tough.
Yeah. If you guys find out that there's a local venue in your town that's like not doing well, try to help out. It'd be greatly appreciated, and you can help out music live in your town. That
Otherwise,
wasn't a good sentence, but
it'll be basement shows forever.
Those
after,
are always
after
fun, though,
COVID's
man.
over.
Oh my God.
yeah, basement shows are amazing.
Basement shows are awesome.
They're
You don't
great.
get cut off from the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Well, you run out of liquor though.
Yeah,
you can smoke inside sometimes.
We digress a little bit. So you talked a little bit about why you are doing what you're doing design wise. When did you start? Like, did you start drawing did you draw a lot as a kid? Have you always been doing that, or was it like, oh, let me start doing this because this might be cool?
I was like 14, and I found a magazine full of Sailor Jerry tattoos, and I immediately went to my mom and I was like, I'm gonna be covered in tattoos, and I'm gonna be a tattoo artist. So I just started drawing, and then eventually I moved to graphic design when I tried getting a bunch of tattoo apprenticeships, and like no one wanted a tattoo apprentice at
Yeah.
all anywhere that I went. So I gave up on that and started doing graphic design. I should have just got a tattoo gun and tattooed my thighs for practice.
Yeah, if you get a
You get a-
tattoo gun, you could tattoo me.
Did-
Genuinely, like, or stick me and poke me.
I know a guy that does
Like,
good sticker pokes. I got a couple.
I want to get tattoos, but like, I don't have money to get tattoos. So like, I'll be anyone's canvas. Shout out to anyone.
that
who
arm
wants
on
to
Brian
tattoo
is
me.
easily $1,000 for everything.
Yeah, I was.
Wow.
After,
That's actually not
that
bad.
was where I wanted to hit next.
$1,000 for that?
At
That's
least.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, that thing's gnarly.
Or is it the other arm I'm thinking of?
There's only one on this.
I haven't seen your arms in a long time, man.
You haven't seen my arms in a long time.
I mean, I got titties on my leg for like $100.
This is probably
Wait,
like
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
With a
it's-
Corona between them.
this lower half's probably like 800, and this one's like 600 or something.
Yeah, Jack, if you want tattoos, you can get like some for not that much. Like the one on my chest was only $80, and this one here was $120. So like,
I don't have either of those amounts of monies for
I
tattoos.
spun a wheel for this tattoo for $80.
You did what?
I spun a wheel for it. Like I didn't know what I was gonna get.
Oh, nice.
oh, that's
shit, wait,
yeah,
which one?
yeah.
Dude, most of these tattoos, I decided I was getting them the day that I wanted to get them. I just went and got them.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah, I
You
got the
ever-
shark for Christmas one year.
Shark for Christmas?
Yep. So when I'm sad, I'm like, I see a smiling shark. Makes me happy.
That's great.
great. Yeah, did you ever get interested in like getting like a pigskin book to practice tattoos with? Or?
No, I never thought of that. I didn't even know that was a thing. I should have done that.
Thought you had to buy real pigs.
No, you can get these like notebooks that are of pigskin for tattoo artists. And
Do
stuff
they
like that.
smell bad?
I don't think so.
I would
It's
hope
definitely
that
not vegan.
I'd hope they'd do something about the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember for a short period of time, like my brother was looking into being a tattoo artist, but he was like, he said thing like being like getting an apprenticeship from a tattoo artist is like ridiculously hard. And, like not
You
a lot
gotta,
of them are
like-
looking for apprentices.
You gotta
for some
like
reason.
hang around that shop for like 2 years and just get tattoos from everyone and make friends with them, and then eventually they'll be like, "You're hanging around here, sweep the floors, fucking do something," and then eventually they start showing you how to do tattoos. I guess that's how it goes. I never
This is
did
your
it,
guess.
so
Yeah, I saw a post recently that was like, stop trying to get tattoo apprentice if you are doing it because you want to like make money doing it or something, or some shit like that. I guess there's a lot of
Tattoos,
shit that they have to
like
weed through, you know?
tattoos, like a lifestyle. Like it's just
Apparently-
like a way people live. You just hang out they're hanging out in the tattoo shop, drawing all day, talking shit. Fucking,
It's gotta be such a cool.
it's a pretty cool environment to be at.
I mean, yeah, I used to go to this place that was really cool, but I found out from them that there's a trend of people that don't have tattoos that give tattoos.
Really?
That's
I
nice.
don't
I
trust
would not
anyone that
trust
won't
a
buy their
motherfucker.
own product.
I would
Yeah.
never ever do that. If someone's like, "Oh, dude, I'm a tattoo artist," then I just don't see any ink on your skin. I feel like
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I don't know
away
how
from it.
like accurate that is, but
It's
yeah,
like-
it's like ill.
It's like when
Yeah.
you see a pilot that's not like a 50-year-old dude with
Yeah, I don't
gray
want to see a
hair.
young pilot. That's fucking nuts.
Young pilot is gonna ensure that I don't get on a plane that day.
I want my pilots to be like Morgan Freeman, just
Yeah,
always been
exactly.
old.
Yeah.
Same
and
with
always
small
flew
planes.
Was in the war for a
Came-
while. That's how he
Came
learned.
out of their mothers like with gray hair.
Yeah.
I'll never take a small plane because it's probably like what they give the starter pilots to like test out on. We're gonna give you a small plane, 8 to 10 people tops. Then we'll move
That
you up
way-
to
And
the
then you'll
big
go to
ones.
Spirit for like 20 years.
Yeah. That way, if you crash it, not that many people die.
Wow.
It's not big enough to report.
Shout
on
out to
news.
Bill Burr because I'm pretty sure that's part of his material
Oh yeah.
at some point in something that he's done.
Small planes.
Someone said like you should always trust like the rickety, like taped up, like loose bolted planes because that means they haven't fell out of the sky yet. So,
I hate that logic. I think
Yeah,
that's the
that's
worst
like-
logic
I mean,
that anyone's ever
you really want
tried
to fly on a
use.
brand new plane?
I
I don't like flying.
you don't know,
man.
like you don't know what punishment it could take. That thing's seen punishment. It's still in the sky. So it's
It
like-
should got hit by another
yeah,
plane.
but
It might be one
imagine
punishment
how
away from
easily
falling out.
that plane with all that damage could now take new damage. You're just likening the possibility of them getting fucked up in the sky.
Well, do you want to go to fucking Europe or not?
No, I'll stay here.
'Cause I trust boats way less.
Yeah.
I'd
Oh,
rather
God.
be here.
I need an underground tunnel.
Yeah, right. Or I'm just gonna stay in my little town for my whole life. Nah, I'm kidding.
Just out of
That'd be
curiosity,
sad.
why do you not trust boats? Why do you trust boats less?
I don't know. Have
than
you ever
planes?
seen Titanic?
Yeah.
I hate
I know that was a long time ago, but boats seem to look the same.
Or like a storm in the
Both seem
ocean.
Or a storm.
Or
Yeah.
a big wave.
Yeah, waves are scary.
Yeah.
I'll go on a boat like swimming distance for fishing. but,
So
like,
is
other than that-
flying
about it.
directly into the cap of a mountain.
I mean, that's less like. Actually, well, that's helicopter problem. I feel like planes go higher. I don't know. I don't do this stuff
Nor do
because I
I.
don't trust it.
We're not
or
professional
afford it.
pilots here, so I have
None of us
anything we
know
say is
anything
invalid.
about what we're talking about.
And I flew a plane on GTA, and that seems hard to do in a video game. I can't imagine doing that. Right. I had to do that mission like 4 or 5 times. I kept like crashing, or falling, or like not keeping up with the guy in front or whatever. It's hard.
Yeah, so video games, what else do you guys do to fill up some free time during quarantine? Is it mostly music or
Super Smash Brothers with the
Yeah,
housemates,
Yeah, dude.
natural wines. Yeah,
yeah, Brian?
pretty
anything
much.
A lot of whiskey, a lot of drawing, a lot of staring at the ceiling, wondering what to do next when I've run out of paper and whiskey, and playing guitar and writing, and playing a bass, of course. But I do that every day.
Do you guys find it hard during this time to do the thing, like push yourselves to do the things that you should be doing, like practicing guitar? Or are you getting like down at all and being like, I don't want to do anything, kind of?
It's hard to
Just
write because there's nothing to write about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no real.
I got a song about sleeping. I got a song about jerking off. There's not much else to write about.
You got the truth.
That's
The
the truth right
quarantine EPs are
They're not
just
gonna be good
They're
stuff.
gonna fall short. And sleeping and jerking off. That's the only 2 topics.
Yeah, I
really.
got dumbbells. I don't even touch them. I used to be so hot, and I got dumbbells, and I don't touch them.
Fair.
They suck, but
Yeah.
they're still pretty heavy.
I haven't exercised since 2011.
Damn, I started exercising like 3 months before this shit happened. Got into good shape, and then this happened, and
That's
Yeah, kinda- A majority of quarantine went out the window for me. I was fucking like sat and played World of Warcraft for like sometimes like
Hey, what else can you do?
14 hours a day.
Why not?
I think I watched Game of Thrones like at least 4 times since this has begun.
Really?
What
That's
do you-
impressive. Still.
What do you think about that ending?
It's so lazy. It was just so fucking lazy. Bran's got the best story, so he should be king.
He did not. I'd never seen it, but he doesn't look like a king. I feel like
made
a
it
king
up
needs
to-
a beard.
I was like halfway through season 3 and then I stopped because the show
Spoiler
had already
alert.
ended, and I was like, why am I gonna? I had all these friends telling me like, yo, the ending was shit. So I thought to myself, like, why am I gonna go through the trouble of watching the show?
Because the rest of the show is
stop at
fucking
6
phenomenal.
and, like,
They show a lot of boobies.
Yeah.
The rest of the show is just fucking phenomenal. The ending is what sucks. I just imagine, like, I've actually finished watching Game of Thrones, and then I'll spend 2 to 3 hours imagining a different ending in my head that I've made up of my own.
Fan fiction.
Just
Yeah,
smoke,
makes sense.
smoke a half a joint, and just think about middle-aged creatures and characters.
Dragons.
Sick. Do you like to write a lot? Do you write scripts or just ideas and things like that?
No, I've done none of that ever. I just do a lot of thinking in my head. I mean, I'll write some stuff down every now and again. I've actually tried writing short stories like when I was like 15, and I really, really sucked at it. My character development was just awful.
Yeah. That'll
So-
happen to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I should have done it more and consistently, but you just drop hobbies until you find the ones you like.
I was always good at English class.
I never read the books, but I somehow did good in the classes.
The
My
hardest
English
class I
teacher
had
was
in
a
my
t-
life was a critical writing on current events.
Ooh.
And I thought I failed a paper because I drank a handle of gin while working on it. That's back in my bad days, dark days, John. But I got a B minus or a B, I forget. It was a B with at least one line after it. And it was the highest grade in the class.
I do a lot of reading. I just don't write.
I can't read.
It's a wonder that you write down lyrics at all.
Have you seen my notebooks?
Do you have any favorite books or like what do you like reading?
What was the last thing that I read? The last thing that I read was a documentary about SRV, one of the greatest guitar players to ever live. I mean, I like stuff that's like about actual people. I like a lot of fiction too. I read all the Harry Potters. I mean, who hasn't read all the Harry Potters
At this point.
If you haven't, you're just like,
I read the first one.
come on.
After that, I'm like, I might as well just watch the movies.
I gotta read them still.
I haven't even seen the movies. I saw like
that's
the first two and then the next one.
inexcusable.
that. Yeah, not reading them is understandable, but
It's on like ABC Family like every weekend or some shit.
Literally.
A lot of times people are like, have you seen this? I say no, and I get yelled at. Sometimes things thrown at me.
I won't throw
I can
anything
never
at you.
understand
Yeah.
people like that. People who like
I just
bug
don't
out
have
because they've
anything
never
to
seen a movie.
throw.
It's like, sorry, I'm dumb, I'm uncultured. I live in a little rock. I'm sorry.
I'll berate you for like a minute,
I had
but then
ferrets.
that's the end of it.
I'll tar and feather you and publicly humiliate you. But that's it.
You're gonna put me on blast on Facebook.
Tar and feather, that's a bit abrasive.
no, you know what? Guillotine.
Ooh.
That's a bit final.
Oh, you mean
pretty-
guillotine?
Guillotine.
How you expect me to watch movies if you chop
Yeah,
my head
that
off,
was-
man?
Figure it out.
I've been watching a ton of UFC,
I just started getting into that.
dude. It's amazing. It's the best thing that exists.
Have you seen it without the crowds yet?
Without the what?
Like how they do it without the crowds? You actually hear the.
Oh,
It's crazy.
yeah. No, I haven't. I like when quarantine hit, like I was obviously not a lot of fights were going on, and then when they did the no crowds thing, I was like very turned off by it. But like
You gotta watch
I
it.
was just
man.
like I was rewatching not only just like old fights, but I was watching fights I never got a chance to see when they came out, and I've actually been also playing like the game too, like the UFC game, and like that's pretty. And then kung fu movies, a ton of
Kung fu movies.
Kung fu movies are sick.
You were
Yeah.
talking about those old kung fu movies. I think you mentioned them on the first episode, actually.
Did I? Yeah, dude. I was watching all kinds of stuff, like 36 chamber, Return to the 36 Chambers, and like, and Lady Snowblood, Once Upon a Time in China, just like a ton of Bruce Lee movies, Jackie Chan movies, all kinds of stuff, dude.
Does Naruto count as karate movies?
No,
No.
but it's acceptable.
All right, cool.
There's-
I watched that. I found out that there's a whole nother thing of it.
Yeah, Shippuden.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And
Yeah,
I
then
thought it
some-
ended
and
when
then
he cried
Boruto
or whatever.
after that too.
I've never gotten it. Are you into anime at all, or is it
Not
just
really.
that? Yeah,
Just
I've
that.
never
I mean,
connected.
who hasn't like loved watching Dragon Ball Z? And I was like,
Seen it.
Naruto's like
never
Dragon Ball Z
rewatched it.
except less filler.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was the same thing.
Wait, you thought Naruto's less filler than Dragon
Well,
Ball Z?
Shippuden is
Oh.
because the fill. Like someone told me, like, oh, yeah, don't worry, that thing's just filler. I'm like, word. It was all about what's the guy's name? The cigarette smoker.
From Naruto
Yeah,
got me.
I
I don't know. Anyway,
I didn't finish.
it was a story
season
about
one.
him, and they were like, oh, that's just filler. You could just skip it. He died. Sorry for the spoiler, but he died. I'm like, that was not just filler. They built his character up to kill him off.
Yeah. Jeez.
They don't do that in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, the guy's like, give me your power. And then like 3 hours later of actually watching it, oh my God, he hit them. What's next?
Find out next
Next
week
time,
on
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
They never answer the questions the next episode either.
It's just always
It's
find out
just
next
find out.
time.
Yeah, it's like, find out what? Come on, man.
You ever think about like making music about like nerdy shit? Like you want to make it a small like an EP about anime or something?
It hasn't crossed my mind, but that's not a bad idea. I'll credit you if that happens.
Sick. Like one of my favorite rap groups is Czarface, because I love how Czarface bangs, and B, I was a huge fan of Wu-Tang, so the fact that Inspector Deck went and did Czarface is sick. But the whole like literally every single album is all like comic books and based
That's
off
cool.
of superheroes and nerdy things, and like Czarface is this like fictional like villain / hero thing. It's just awesome. It's really cool, and like I love nerdy stuff like that.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
They bang.
I just started getting into nerdy shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why haven't I been doing this?
Like just anime specifically, or like other just like video games and other things, or
Like superhero movies.
Ooh,
Okay.
Marvel.
God damn. And then I read all the backstories and it's like, wow, I don't understand. There's so much shit's going on. I should have been keeping up.
Star Wars fan?
Love Star Wars.
What
Love
about
Star
the new
Wars.
ones?
The new ones, they're great, but they're not the other ones.
I don't know if they're even great. You think so?
I think they're okay.
I'm a
Greats,
hater.
greats is a little strong.
I'm
Good.
a hater.
They're good.
I have a lot of mixed. I just got words to say about Disney that I'm not gonna say because I feel like
Yes,
they're
it's
gonna-
very Hollywood and
They're gonna come
ruined,
after you.
but they did
I-
what they could.
would not put it past like a freaking a dude in a black suit with Mickey Mouse like on his lapel with like a thing of garrote wire waiting to choke me out. I would not be surprised, dude. Disney's.
I don't care. I'm not trying to make it past 30. Fuck Disney. That guy can come get me anytime
Disney
he
wants me to reproduce to have children, so I have to watch more Disney. That's what they want.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's what the vasectomy is for.
Oh.
Disney actually produces Cialis and Viagra. No, really.
You're
What?
No.
Is that allowed?
I was like, something that a company that makes shit for kids should not be able to make that.
That's how they get more.
That's double dipping right there.
That's how they get more kids.
Yeah.
Think about it. It'd be genius.
They're
That
also
would be
against
genius.
all birth control of any kind.
Yeah, there are those people that are against like sex ed in school, so that kids just get pregnant.
literally.
so way more kids
Probably.
can watch Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yep. Get more streams.
Yeah. I mean, Lion King was great though. The live action,
I didn't see
Yeah.
it.
it was really good.
I mean, it was just Lion King though.
It was just
Like,
Lion
I saw
King,
the movie already.
but with Beyonce
Was it
and Childish Gambino
yeah, but like
and Seth Rogen
yeah.
as the most Seth Rogen animal in the world. It was great.
yeah,
What did he
It was
but
a lot of fun.
it's like why? Like,
Where'd you play?
he was
Who was he?
Puma? He was Puma, right?
Yeah, he was Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don Glover was Simba.
Oh,
And Beyonce was Nala.
Wait, then
He's-
someone who played Rafiki.
I forget some British dude. John Oliver. Maybe? I don't know.
Don Oliver.
I was gonna cheat, but that's not fun.
Isn't Don Oliver's a musician as well?
No, John.
John
Oliver.
Oh, John.
John,
Oliver.
yeah.
Oh, they said Don.
Yeah, sorry, it's my my Long Branch accent.
Long branch. Is that a thing?
Apparently.
Apparently, what consists of a Long Branch accent?
I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't know I had an accent. And all my friends don't have accents. I don't know what's up. I mean, I took speech classes when I was little too.
Yeah.
Really?
What does that entail?
Learning how to not talk like a Teletubby.
I mean, hey man, you sound like a dude from Jersey to me.
You don't sound.
That's
like
what
a
I thought the
Teletubby.
accent was, but apparently we got our own little bubble. I don't know. I'll do some more research. I'll get back to you.
Sick.
Shit.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No.
I mean, I'm sure.
As I said before, I wasn't really prepared.
It's okay. Come back.
Is there anything else to talk about?
anything you want to let the people know?
Well, stream this album
Of
and
course.
learn to love it because you're stuck with only this one for a while.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
That's why I did. That's why I did the full album.
Nice.
That's smart.
Got
That's
everything.
Don't
I mean-
do school. Stay in drugs.
I stay in school. I don't like working at a liquor store.
I detest that statement.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So, and Company by Honeywine. You guys want to plug your socials and?
Oh yeah, we got I just need to see where the underscores are.
Oh, underscores.
Okay.
Underscores.
Is that
are
one or two
killers.
underscores? Is that one?
I think that's one.
All right, so underscore Honeywine. It's a picture of me, if you know me, blowing a kiss to the camera. That's our Instagram. I made a Twitter. I don't know how to do it yet. I'm gonna pay my roommate to use it for me.
I literally.
My personal Twitter's great. I talked
That's
about
how we
feet
are.
stuff last night because I was drunk.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I said I don't care about feet stuff because I drink wine, and that's a feet thing.
Hmm.
I mean, it is.
That's
you're
facts.
you're drinking.
Oh,
feet
you know what?
juice.
Oh shit.
That makes
true.
sense.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of fucking gross. But considering I drink feet juice, I don't mind if someone wants to diddle with feet. I'll try it out. Do almost anything at least twice.
Get some foot.
I was
jobs.
about to say, do anything twice.
Yep.
Do anything twice?
Yeah,
Why
because
twice?
if you do it once, you can't possibly be sure if you like it or not.
Yeah.
You do it twice,
Then you can say.
then you can say for sure if you like it or not.
Yeah.
If you do it a third time and you still say you don't like it,
You
you're
like
just
it.
flat out fucking lying.
Yeah.
And you're doing it more times, just not telling anybody about it.
Anything you do
You're
a
just lying
third
to
time is
yourself.
something you enjoy.
You're in it for life.
Yeah. All right. Oh. So
That's my message to the people.
personal socials, solo
Yeah.
stuff.
Brian Dabreau music. Dabreau.
I was about
not
to say.
Dabro.
I was about to plug my personal Insta, but that's private.
Okay.
You guys
Ooh.
can have it, but
Oh,
All right.
leave the man alone.
yeah, Honeywine's a big. If you're interested in hearing any like outtakes and shit, we have a SoundCloud, which is really just
Yeah, I
me
was-
being bored, putting shit up.
Awesome.
before the album that you guys released. I tapped into the SoundCloud. I remember specifically where I was. I was next at Fifth Ave Burrito when I first discovered.
Fifth Ave Burrito or
in Red Bank?
10th
10th
Ave
Ave.
Burrito?
Sorry.
I was gonna say, does that exist?
Jeez, I'm bad.
Where's the rest of the apps?
It was 2 + 4, right? Or 2 + 2 = 4 is one of them, right? And then there was another one that you guys had like just released.
no, not
and I
2
was
+ 2. Is it? I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff on there.
What
There's
math
like-
equation did you name your song?
Actually, I don't think I did a math equation song. That's not me. That's not me.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Dude, I didn't
I'm gonna double check.
do 2 + 2 = 4. You're thinking of someone else. I did Pythagorean theorem.
I got I have a live acoustic thing on here called.
I
Miss
wish I
Chance.
was high on pot news.
To My Dearest. Is that what you're thinking of?
Probably. I think, or I'll have to look at the SoundCloud and.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a bunch of like acoustic shit, and
Yeah.
there's a version of 4 a.m. with Davey that's not mixed or mastered on it.
That's what it was.
That's
That's
math
four.
kind
That's the
of.
letter
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
There we
The
go.
letter 4.
The equation to get to the song.
God damn it. All
But
right. Dabreau music.
Brian Dabreau music.
Brian Dabreau music.
Brian
and
with a Y.
then Dabreau designs. Or
Yeah,
is it
Dabreau
Brian?
Designs.
Or
is,
just Dabreau
yeah,
Designs?
just Dabreau Designs for graphic design needs.
Yeah, guys. If you like the logo that you're staring at,
That's
Brian
me.
did it. He's the man.
If you need anything done, hit him up too. He's looking for a job
Oh yeah.
or jobs
I
because it's
wanna
contract work.
I would like to stop slicing Swiss cheese on a daily basis.
Guys, make it happen. Make the man stop slicing cheese. Well,
I don't even
you.
fucking eat cheese.
Yeah, I
like
stopped
slicing.
eating cheese.
I'm a
Um,
vegan.
So yeah, thank you guys. We'll definitely have to do this again.
Oh yeah, man. You know where to find this
let's-
online at least.
Yeah, we gotta.
You know where we work now.
Oh yeah, I do.
I didn't name.
I could follow you
I didn't
home,
name
too,
the
from
deli.
work.
Well, your deli's not even named right anyway.
Yeah, my deli.
So-
this place.
Thank you for giving me a
shouldn't
heads up.
even
I would have pulled
exist.
up and been like, where the fuck?
I work at a food town that doesn't have food town on the front of the store. It says shopping bag. It's the most Farmingdale thing that could ever be.
But it's a food town.
But it's a food town.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
Did it used to be a shopping bag? What is a shopping bag?
I don't even
It's incorrect.
Because there's a food town in Long Branch that, or it's called Stop and Shop now. It used to be food town.
We used to call it shopping gag.
Oh God.
We call Stop and Shop Sloppy Shop.
Sloppy shop.
Everything's expensive, and I'm not gonna talk shit about them, but yeah.
Well,
Grow your own
Don't get the
vegetables.
berries.
Fuck grocery stores.
yeah. I mean, ideally, it is winter.
Sustainable farming, man.
Well,
Greenhouses do exist.
Go listen on repeat
right now.
at and Company by Honeywine.
You'll love it now that you know the backstory. It's great.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all for-
I'm so happy that I like the strippers and all that.
Oh yeah, man. It's a very inappropriate album.
The bar.
I got a song in there about sex. I got an expletive warning on it because I talked about getting head.
Wow.
But anyway, thank you guys for having us. It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you guys for coming on. This
Thank
was fun.
you.
And thank everyone for tuning in.
And to all the local listeners, me and Brian will be listening to that shit more often. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Wizard.
Wizard.
Hello, everyone. I'm John. This is Brian. We're half of Honeywine, and this is Teach Me How to Dance.
My moon's already there. Can you call my name again? Why don't you give me some sand? I got nothing left to give you. Beauty flows like wine. I can tell you the killing kind. Eyes like fire and wine. Heaven falls, we're stuck behind. If you'd understand, I've gone so far to be your man. Won't you take me by the hand? Teach me how to dance. me how to dance. Woo!
Thank you.
That was fucking sick.
Thank you very much.
Sweet.
That was Teach Me How to Dance by Honeywine. Check them out on Apple Music. Stream their new album right now. Do it. Do it.
Very much.
Can't
No.
really hear myself.
Fuck.
Can I?
No, we muted
Uh,
you. We're just gonna have him say.
I
his
mean,
name
well,
and
the
then
the bassist isn't even really that important anyway. I just hang out in the back with the drummer.
Yeah.
That's why I chose bass. I don't want people to know my name and fucking chase me around. I want to get paid and leave.
What's your last name?
Messick.
Messick. Messick. John Messick. Okay, John Messick.
If you
I'm
need
gonna
it,
I'm gonna fuck it up once I.
if you need
It's
it,
fine.
Dabreau.
Dabreau. I would have said Dabreau. Oh, cool. Got some red hot chili peppers for us. Sweet.
Why?
Why not?
All right. We're not gonna get smacked up with copyright. That's fine.
No. Eric, what happened?
I don't know why this like bar is showing up.
It's
You guys
volume.
gotta get your own jingle going.
You have to hold.
We did a jam with some
The
guests,
F-
and
the
we,
F
like,
keys
did,
don't
like,
work.
a
I
little
need to-
jingle thing, but I don't know.
like a super motific, like almost you don't even leave that one phrase, and you
Yeah.
just have that going.
That's literally what we did. It's on the. I'll show you after the third episode. It's like a shit show in the beginning. Like the one dude's going, yeah, like screaming into the mic, beatboxing way too loud.
Can I give you your lighter back?
No.
Eric, I also have your lighter. You
Thank
left
you,
at my
G.
house. I don't have it with me though.
That's okay.
Yo, also,
You'll get it eventually,
whose
probably.
Jeep Patriot is that outside?
Jeep Patriot. Oh, I have a Liberty.
Ah, well,
Why?
just looking at your Jeep made me sad because my Jeep Patriot got totaled like right down the road from here.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Damn.
2 years ago. I was like, fuck.
That
I was
sucks.
hoping you were gonna say you like clipped it on the way in, like right
No.
now, before we started.
I haven't driven in 2 years.
Oh shit!
These
Alright.
these old boots will take me anywhere.
Hell yeah!
Happy trails, happy recording. I'll see you on the other side.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
Liz.
Alrighty.